What would you do with it? That's today's story. And don't forget, you're watching Blue Recap. We start with a kid called Toy. He wakes up full of energy and goes to school. The school is owned by the richest family in town, the Blacks. Their kids, Cole and Helbitka, are there too. They bully Toy every day. He teases Helbitka, says she likes him, and he acts like he doesn't care. They grab him and dump him in a dumpster. Toy keeps going like nothing happened. He sits with his friends, the fish. He has no real friends except one boy, Logi. Logi is a problem. When the teacher asks for homework, he says a crocodile ate it. After school, Logi tries to hang out, but his big brother drags him home. On the way, Toy notices more than 1,000,000 chocolate bars falling from his pocket. He doesn't care. He just heads home. But on the way, Cole and his bully crew grab him to beat him up. He breaks free and climbs a tree. They pick up stones from the ground and start pelting him until one of them smacks his head and knocks him to the ground. Toy comes to and spots a stone. Strange, shimmering like a rainbow. The thing is kinda weird. As soon as he picks it up, he hears a voice. Make any wish. So Toy wishes for friends. Right then, strange beings from space show up to be his friends and give him a ride home. As soon as they arrive, he hides them in his backpack to sit with his family. But the creatures slip out, head to the kitchen, and start making dinner. When the family hears noise from the kitchen, Toy rushes in and finds a full-on fancy dinner waiting. Then they go tidy his room, and they even fix his teeth so he can ditch his braces. Toy has a sister named Stacy. She walks into his room to look for something and accidentally finds the magic stone. While she's on the phone with her boyfriend, getting mad, she snaps, "I wish you'd just grow up." The next day, Toy goes to school with help from his alien friends. In class, he starts whispering to them, but Helbitka notices. A moment later, the aliens blast music from inside his backpack. When the teacher looks over, Toy tries to turn it off, but the aliens won't let him. In the tug-of-war, Toy accidentally bumps into Helbitka. She loses it and decides to give him the harshest punishment she can think of. She eats the fish he loves. Toy lunges to stop her and make her spit the fish out, but they both tumble out the window. The aliens then pop out to mock the bullies. Cole gets furious and tries to hit them, but he can't. He ends up punching the tree instead. Toy and Helbitka go to the hospital together, and from there, a real friendship starts to form. Meanwhile, we learn that Logi once sat with his siblings on a rainy day. He wished the rain would stop, and it did. They ran outside to play, saw a rainbow in the sky, and decided to chase it to the end. There he found a multicolored stone, the magic stone. As soon as Logi held it, he heard a voice telling him to make a wish. He wished that chocolate bars would stay in his pockets for life. After that, Logi wished for a giant tower with a moat full of crocodiles. Why though? His siblings tried to grab the stone, but it slipped and fell into the moat. Logi climbed down to fetch it from a rock, only to realize the rock was a crocodile, and the croc swallowed the stone. Logi didn't give up. He jumped inside the crocodile to get his stone back. While he was in there, he wished to be outside again. In the end, he got the stone, but he left his homework in the croc's belly. So when Logi told the teacher, "A crocodile ate my homework," he wasn't lying. Instead of wishing the crocodiles would die, Logi wished they had legs. That's when the croc started chasing them. Logi wished for a dragon to save them and carry them to the top of the tower. Finally fed up, he wished to just go home. At last. Logi was a little kid. Of course, his wishes were all wrong. At home, he wished his baby sister would be super smart. So smart, she started reading their minds. In the end, Logi got tired of it and handed the stone to his brother to make wishes instead. His brother went out and wished for a small slingshot, but he got a trebuchet. He decided to test it with the magic stone and launched it far, far away. And that's where Toy found it. Stacy heads to the Nose family's house to tutor the little boy, the son of the mad scientist Dr. Nosworthy. Before she even goes in, she spots the magic stone and has no idea how it ended up there. Dr. Nosworthy is obsessed with hygiene and terrified of germs. His son once walked into the lab with a bit of gunk coming out of his nose and was too scared to tell him. He thought the doc might actually kill him. When the boy sees the stone with Stacy, he decides to use it and wishes his snot would go away. It does, and it turns into a walking snot monster. A little later, Toy and Logi go to Naz's house, but he refuses to let them in. He only talks to people once a year. Toy asks for the stone. Naz says he's never seen anything like it and slams the door in his face. Toy and Logi don't buy it. They climb up the house to sneak in and get the magic stone. At that moment, the monster slips out of the lab. Naz hears the noise and runs to see what's happening. Dr. Nosworthy spots Toy and Logi on the security cameras, grabs them, and sterilizes them. Naz shows up to warn them about the monster, but Toy tackles him, trying to snatch the magic stone. In the struggle, the stone goes flying straight into the monster's stomach. Dr. Nosworthy slams the emergency button and traps the creature in the room, but it smashes the glass and charges after them. The doctor drags the kids to the decontamination room to keep them safe, but Toy refuses to leave without the stone. He jumps the monster and yanks the stone out of its belly, only for the creature to grab him and almost finish him off. That's when Naz picks his nose again, pulls out a glob, and threatens the monster, hand over the stone or else. Everyone bolts out of the house. Naz slams into the mailbox and goes down. The monster closes in, ready to eat him. But Naz's dad arrives just in time, fires a monster hunting gun, and bags the creature. Now we rewind a bit to see how the stone ended up at the doorstep. One night, Toy's parents were heading to a company party. His mom stepped into his room to say goodbye, found him asleep, and noticed a new message from Helbitka. As she leaned in to read it, Toy woke up. Stacy pretends she dropped something, bends down to pick it up, and finds only the magic stone in front of her, so she slips it into her bag. After Mom leaves, Logi calls Toy asking for the stone, but Toy can't find it, because Mom has it. At the party, Mom notices Dad isn't paying her any attention. He's glued to work. She wishes they could be closer. The stone grants it literally. They end up stuck together. They crawl off into the woods to hide from everyone. Meanwhile, Helbitka spots Mom's handbag and takes the stone. Toy arrives at the party to get it back, but Helbitka accidentally hits him. She rushes him to the kitchen and puts ice on his face. When she asks why he's there, he says his mom sent him to grab her bag. He snatches the stone and tries to leave, so Helbitka knocks him on the head, takes the stone, and realizes it's actually magic. Then Cole shows up, grabs Toy, and, like always, tosses him into the dumpster. Helbitka loses her temper and wishes her brother would turn into a beetle. And Cole does. At that moment, Toy's parents are watching from the window, and they figure out how to get back to normal. Toy staggers up with the trash can still stuck on him, and accidentally bumps into Helbitka, knocking the magic stone onto the waiter's tray. While everyone's frantically searching for it, Mr. Black, the host, picks up the stone and is about to eat it, thinking it's an appetizer. But before he bites down, he spots Toy's family, who, by the way, work for a rival company. With the stone in his hand, he wishes that everyone would get close to their enemies. Instantly, the party erupts into chaos. Guests start swinging at each other. Even the waiter turns on Mr. Black and the stone slips out of his hand. Toy's family manage to grab the stone, but before they can wish to go back to normal, Helbitka snatches it. She tries to talk to her father, but he yells to shut her up. So she wishes he would really hear her, and his ears grow freakishly huge. Helbitka starts firing off wild wishes. She fixes her teeth so she won't need braces, then wishes for a motorcycle to escape. On the way out, she hits a rock, flies off the bike, and lands in a dumpster. The stone slips from her hand, rolls across the ground, and ends up with Mr. Black. Before he can make a wish, the crowd swarms him, and the stone drops into Toy's hand. Finally, Toy wishes everything back to normal. The brawling stops. His parents separate from each other. Cole turns back into a human. Toy walks outside and hurls the stone away to stop all the madness. It lands at Dr. Nosworthy's house. The next morning, Stacy finds the stone, and their showdown with the monster begins. After the monster fight, Toy grabs the stone, then Helbitka and her brother jump him and snatch it away. Mr. Black shows up with his guards and demands they hand it over. Naz seizes the stone and wishes to fly. He turns into a pigeon and drops the stone on the ground. Logi's brother grabs it and runs. When the kids try to take it back, he wishes for a long arm to keep it out of reach. Helbitka races up the stairs, snatches the stone, and slips away. But the stone is still visible, so everyone chases her. Logi's brother wrestles it back, she clocks him, and the stone lands in Mr. Black's hand. Mr. Black wishes to stand on a mountain of money. Helbitka tells him to transfer it all to the bank. The moment he does, the cash vanishes from under his feet, and he's left dangling from his company building. The stone lands in one of Mr. Black's guards' hands. The kids realize the stone will wreck the world because of human greed, so they team up to stop the adults from using it. Helbitka touches the stone and wishes the guard would turn into sausages. Right then, we cut to Stacy's boyfriend, the one she wished would grow up. He actually grew to the size of a building. He saves Mr. Black, who grabs the stone again and wishes to be the strongest person in the world. He turns into a giant robot. Helbitka turns herself into a bee to stop her dad. Cole turns himself into a giant beetle. Toy calls in his alien friends. Logi calls in his crocodiles. Even Logi's baby sister uses her super intelligence to control the crocs and send them charging at Mr. Black. In the end, Mr. Black turns back to normal. The baby takes the stone, resets everything, and decides to give it to Dr. Nosworthy so he can destroy it and end its evil for good. The stone is destroyed. Everything goes back to the way it was. And that's the end of our wonderfully bonkers movie.